I got this base wig from Wigs Fashion. The wig has a lovely curl, however Wanda's hair is more of a wave. The first thing I'm going to do is straighten the wig. First of all, you want to brush the wig through and make sure there's not any tugs in it. To do that, start from the bottom, brush out the bottom and then work your way up. This will avoid any unnecessary tugs. Synthetic wigs are a thermoplastic, so if you want to reshape your wig, you'll need to apply heat. I use a steamer because I feel like the water penetrates the heat into the hair more and it kind of groups the strands together. It's absolutely perfect for straightening out your wigs. I brush the wig through as well as steaming it at the same time, and that means the curls will eventually loosen out. Now we section the wig. I want a middle parting on this wig, so I'm parting it right down the middle with my tail comb. I create 2 pigtails and section them off. To style Wanda's wig, I'm starting with a Dutch braid on each side. To start a Dutch braid, create a small triangle from the parting to the hairline. You want to evenly split the triangle into 3 sections. Pass the section at the parting under the middle section. This now becomes the new middle section. Now take the section at the hairline, pass it under the middle strands so they swap. Now go back to the section at the parting and pick up and add in another small section of hair before passing it under. Then do the same again for the hairline section. You're going to repeat this step over and over and over until you've picked up all the strands from the roots. When you're doing this technique, I would stand behind the wig. We basically want the plait to go away from the hairline. So if you angle your body while you do it, it'll make it much easier to make it go back the way towards the back of the hair. It's good to stop every now and then and just pull a few pieces and make them a bit more loose. This will create a better effect and look a bit more natural when it is relaxed. I also want to explain my reasoning for doing a Dutch braid. When I looked at the reference photos of Wanda, the waves look like they start from quite far up on her head. So if I was to do 2 normal plaits, the waves would have started too far down. I also thought Wanda's hair looked less uniform, so some waves looked like a bigger wave than others. So say I split the wig into lots of little pleats. You would find that obviously the waves would start higher up because you can do lots of sections, but the waves would all be a uniform size. Once you've picked up all the hair off the roots for the Dutch braid, just continue it down like a normal pleat. You can secure the pleat at the bottom with a bobble. When you've completed one side, you're doing the exact same process on the other side. So now we have our Dutch braid. If I was to take this out just now, it would just be straight again. You need to apply heat. You could use steam to set it, but what I'm going to do is fill my sink with some boiling water. I'm doing this because it'll be quicker and I know that all the heat will penetrate into the wig. I leave the wig to soak for a couple of minutes just to make sure all the heat has penetrated into the wig. Now add some cold water, A because you don't want to burn yourself when you pick up the wig, and B because it will set the wig. Next you want to rinse off the wig and get a towel. What I did was leave the wig in my conservatory overnight. It gets quite warm in there, so I knew it would be dry. If you want to speed the process, you can try other ways like hair dryer, etc. But remember, inside all those braids it might still be wet, so even just give it a couple of days and make sure it's thoroughly dry before you take them out. So here's the exciting part, which is where we unravel the wig. And this is where you see if it's worked, all your hard work. One thing you'll notice is there's straight bits at the bottom where I didn't braid. I did notice with Wanda's hair, she has some of these. So that doesn't bother me too much, but what you can do is also just trim some of that off if you really hate it. So make sure your wig's slightly longer than what you want, and then you can just trim those bits off once you're done. So once you've unravelled the wig, it will look like some of the sections are a bit too thick, and what we can do is we can separate those. So if you use your fingers and just pull those waves apart, you'll get more sections and it'll just look more natural. I really like how this looks, but Wanda has more height at the top of her hair behind her crown, so I'm going to add that by backcombing. I'm splitting the hair into sections, leaving the front part out, as this will hide all the backcombing underneath. The motion I'm using to backcomb is pack, 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 pack. You're packing the hair down, you're doing two kind of short, fast motions and one long one. And be quite aggressive, because if you're not aggressive enough with this hair, then it might not backcomb a lot. To get the height that you want, you will have to make a lot of mess and a lot of tangles, and you'll be like, oh, my nice wig. But this is what we have to do to get the height on Wanda's wig. I continue around the crown of the wig, backcombing sections that will be underneath and that will be hidden at the root. I only do this for the top section of hair. I don't backcomb the bottom because all of the volume really is on her crown. The backcombing brush has different sizes of bristles and it catches the hair easily. Once I've completed one side, I then continue with the next. Here is a completed wig. I might add some more volume on the top depending on what it looks like with the crown once I've finished that. I'm really happy with the sort of wild aesthetic that it has. It's very similar to Wanda's hair. It's got a lot of volume like hers, and I like the wave. It looks quite a natural wave, obviously, the way we've done it. I hope you found my Wanda wig tutorial helpful, and I'd love to see all your creations.